and welcome back. My name is Lydia and this is Time with Lydia, the pharmacist. Today we are going to be answering the question, what are the causes of cancer? This is a question that I have been asked over and over, and I believe it's because cancer brings up a lot of fear and uncertainty. It affects millions of lives around the world. And today, together with yourselves, we are going to be going through some of the causes of cancer. We are not just going to be looking at the causes of cancer for the sake of it, but the intention is for us to acquire the knowledge so that we can put up some preventive measures for a brighter future. So what is cancer? Cancer is a generic term for a large group of diseases that can affect any part of the body. One defining feature of cancer is the rapid creation of abnormal cells that grow beyond their usual boundaries and then invade neighboring parts of the body and spread to other organs. The spread to other organs is the primary cause of death from cancer. According to the World Health Organization, cancer is the leading cause of death worldwide, accounting for 10 million deaths in the year 2020. So it calls for us all doing our bit to reduce this devastating impact. So now let's dive into the main causes of cancer. And I'm going to be sharing with you today 11 main causes of cancer. The first one is overweight and obesity. In the UK, for example, overweight and obesity is the second biggest cause of cancer. And if you're overweight, you're more likely to get cancer than if you are a healthy weight. That doesn't mean that if you're overweight, then you are definitely going to develop cancer. But the risk is higher when you're overweight. And the longer you are overweight for, the higher the risk as well. So if you're overweight, avoiding putting on more weight and losing weight would help reduce your risk of cancer. So how does being overweight affect your risk of cancer? There's been so many studies involving millions of people that has linked being overweight to increased risk of cancer. And this is what happens when you're overweight. Extra fat in the body actively send out signals to the rest of the body. And these signals can tell cells in our body to divide more often, and this can lead to cancer. The signals that are released from the fat cells can affect your growth hormones, in that much body fat can cause levels of growth hormones to rise, which tells cells to divide more often, and this raises the chance that cancer cells will develop. Another way that being overweight can affect your risk of cancer or increase your risk of cancer is that after the menopause, fat cells produce the hormone estrogen, and this hormone can make cells in your breast and your womb divide more often, which increases the risk of cancer. Research has shown that being overweight causes 13 different kinds of cancers, and these include breast and bowel cancer, ovarian and womb cancer, esophageal, pancreatic, and gallbladder cancer, just to name a few. Now let's move on to the second cause of cancer. The second cause of cancer is smoking. Tobacco is the biggest cause of cancer in the world, and all forms of tobacco cause cancer. This includes cigarettes, cigars, pipes, shisha, and smokeless tobacco. And in fact, if you're a smoker, stopping smoking is one of the best things that you can do for your health. The interesting thing is that both the amount you smoke and the length of time you've been smoking can both affect your risk of developing cancer. And the more cigarettes you smoke in a day, the higher the risk. So reducing the number of cigarettes you smoke a day is a good start. The link between smoking and cancer is very clear, and it causes at least 15 different types of cancer, including two of the most common types, that is lung cancer and bowel cancer. Smoking can also cause cancer of the nose, the mouth, the cervix, and the bladder. So how does smoking increase your risk of developing cancer? Smoking causes cancer in many different ways, but the main way is by damaging the DNA in our cells. DNA controls how our cells grow and behave. So damage to DNA causes cells to behave in a way that they are not supposed to, and the build-up of DNA damage over time can lead to cancer. Now, the third cause of cancer is the sun and UV radiation. Too much ultraviolet or UV radiation from the sun can damage DNA in our cells and cause skin cancer. The most surprising part is that getting sunburned just once every 2 years can triple your risk of melanoma skin cancer compared to never being burnt. And both UVA and UVB can cause skin cancer. This is how UV causes skin cancer. Too much UV radiation from the sun or sunbeds can damage the DNA in our skin cells. And DNA tells our cells how to function. So over a period, if there is continual DNA damage, the cells will start to grow out of control, and this can lead to skin cancer. Anyone can develop skin cancer, but those who burn easily are at a higher risk. The number 4 cause of cancer is alcohol. And yes, alcohol can cause 7 different types of cancer. And the thing is, it's alcohol itself that causes the cancer. So it doesn't really matter what type of alcohol you drink, whether it's beer, it's spirits, it's wine, or anything at all that contains alcohol. Cutting down will reduce your risk. If you drink alcohol, you have an increased risk of developing cancer than if you don't. But that doesn't mean that once you drink alcohol, you would develop cancer. The risk would depend on a lot of factors, including age and genetics. So cutting down is a good way of starting, because the lesser you drink, the more you reduce your risk of developing cancer. Drinking alcohol can cause 7 different cancers, including breast and bowel cancer, some types of throat cancers, and liver cancer. Number 5 cause of cancer is age. Cancer can develop at any age, but as you get older, most types of cancer become more common. And this is because our cells get damaged over time. This damage can build up as we age and can sometimes lead to cancer. And the truth is that 1 in 2 people will get cancer in their lifetime. And the main reason being that people are living longer. Half of all cancers are in people over the age of 70. But bear in mind that getting older doesn't mean that you will get cancer. Number 6 is air pollution. And the question is, how can air pollution cause cancer? Exposure to air pollution can increase the risk of lung cancer. Air pollution can mean indoor or outdoor air pollution. Tiny particles that are released as a result of pollution can damage DNA cells and cause cancers such as lung cancer. And this is because tiny particles may build up in the lungs and cause a change in the way that the cells divide. This could lead to DNA damage, which can cause cancer. Now let's move on to number 7 cause of cancer, and this is unhealthy eating. Eating a healthy and balanced diet can reduce the risk of cancer. Diet, as well as specific foods such as processed foods, meat, high-calorie foods, and sugary foods, have a big role to play in the risk of developing cancer. And another interesting cause of cancer, number 8, family history, and inherited cancer genes. Some people develop specific types of cancers because they have inherited a faulty gene. Some faulty genes that can increase the risk of cancer can be passed on from parents to child, and these are known as inherited cancer gene faults. They occur when there is a fault in the gene in an egg or sperm during the time of conception, and this is then passed on to the child. Now, the truth is, being born with inherited faulty genes doesn't mean that a person would definitely get cancer. It means that they have a higher risk of developing a particular type of cancer than other people. Number 9 is hormone replacement therapy. Hormone replacement therapy is used for the treatment of the symptoms of menopause, but it can slightly increase the risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and sometimes womb cancer. And number 10 cause of cancer is an infection with the human papilloma virus. It's a type of virus that infects the skin and the cells lining the inside of the body. For most people, this infection would go away without them knowing because they would not develop any symptoms at all. But for some people, the infection will progress and develop into a form of cancer. Cervical cancer is the main cancer that is linked to the human papilloma virus. However, most cancers of the vagina, the vulva, the penis, and anus are also linked to the human papilloma virus, but these are less common. Now, the final cause of cancer I want to talk about today, which is number 11, is the cancer risk in the workplace. People working in some jobs may have a higher risk of some types of cancer. Now, certain types of work can carry a slightly higher risk of cancer depending on what you are exposed to. For example, working with asbestos, diesel engine exhaust, silica, pesticides, and herbicides, and working in the sun can all increase the risk of cancer. Types of work that could carry a higher risk include agriculture and forestry, construction and painting, manufacturing and mining, and some service jobs. So my word of advice today, if you feel any change at all in your body that is not normal for you, then report to your doctor immediately. Thank you once again for your time today. I have really enjoyed spending some time with you. If you have watched me up to this point, thank you so very much. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please remember to hit on that subscribe button and also on the notification bell so you would be amongst the first to be notified anytime I release a new video. Thank you once again for your time today, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.